Here's everything you might have missed in the Rick and Morty Season 6 trailer. Folks, to paraphrase the immortal words of the Marvel legend, it's Morton time. After dropping a cryptic teaser featuring a mysterious egg and initiating a countdown to something known only as Wormageddon, Adult Swim finally dropped a proper trailer for Rick and Morty Season 6. On Wednesday, we explored a theory about what Wormageddon actually is and how it could fit into Evil Morty's master plan. Today, though, we're going to examine some of the hidden details, clues, and Easter eggs that you might have missed in this new trailer. We're going to break it all down for you in just a moment, but if you prefer to go into this new season knowing nothing at all, well, leave now while you still can.
Having a bit of trouble with your car, Sanchez?
Not now, Gene!
Okay, let's get into it, shall we? Set to the sweet strains of Black Sabbath's Paranoid, the action-packed trailer gives us a glimpse at several different scenarios that will play out across the upcoming season. It begins with Rick and Jerry hunkered down outside what appears to be a Panda Express. Jerry is dressed like his son Morty, hinting on that he'll take on his son's role for at least one episode in what's sure to be a classic Rick and Jerry adventure. Now, it's unclear if this is a Jerry from another universe, because later on, Rick scans him and is apparently surprised by the results. So maybe this is a universe where the show's actually called Rick and Jerry instead. Only time will tell. Inside the Smith house, a bunch of floating drones with missile launchers and lasers bust into the living room. There's a strange machine on the floor that appears to be drawing power from a pile of garbage, or maybe powering said pile of garbage, it's unclear. We see what appears to be potatoes on a stick, like a carton of eggs and a bowling ball. I'm honestly confused and a little bit scared. Now, the robots ultimately chase the family out of the house, shooting a barrage of hypodermic needles at them. Later, we see one of these robots trying to rip the roof off the family station wagon, while Rick stands with a shotgun on the top of a stolen cop car being driven by Summer. Eventually, Summer jumps from the cop car into Jerry's arms in the station wagon as the cop car flies off into a conveniently placed gasoline factory. Now, in another sequence, we see Rick frantically assembling a machine that's later mounted on the dashboard of what appears to be their souped-up ship. We see Rick insert blue crystals into this device, which bear a resemblance to the death crystals from Season 4's Edge of Tomorty Rick Die Rick Pete, and those let the user foresee different scenarios, ultimately leading to their death.
Must continue moving in ways that lead to dying with you.
Rick tells his family, including Space Beth, we're about to vanish from this reality, which seems connected to a psychedelic sequence later on in the trailer. It looks like we might have a Magic School Bus or Fantastic Voyage themed episode this season, with the ship shrinking down to minuscule proportions as it flies around different cells. Well, either that, or maybe Rick and company are breaking through the central finite curve like Evil Morty did, and this is like the Too Many Jump sequence in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. We later see this souped-up vehicle emerging from the family garage with a deflated-looking forearm in the foreground. On the dashboard, we see another crystal that bears a striking similarity to the time crystals from Rixie Business and several other episodes. Now, this would lend credence to that central finite curve theory and the idea that they're trying to escape this reality, especially if Evil Morty's Wormageddon plans endanger the multiversal universes where Rick is the smartest man alive. Later on, inside this upgraded ship, Beth asks Rick why he would bring that thing into our house. Now, it's unclear what that thing actually is, but it sounds like it's definitely a creature of some sort. Maybe it's one of the creatures that will ultimately lead to Wormageddon, like the Semicite worms from Season 4. But for more on that, though, make sure you check out yesterday's video where we break down the Wormageddon theory. I'll link that in the description below. Regardless, Rick is looking at mitochondria-like structures on a monitor, so clearly they're connected to that psychedelic sequence from before. They are the powerhouse of the cell. Who knows what else they could power?
That just sounds like slavery with extra steps.
Ooh la la, someone's gonna get laid in college.
We also return to the galaxy's greatest arcade, Blips and Chits, where Summer is the only one left to stop a group of aliens in a Die Hard scenario while Rick and Morty are conked out from playing Roy: A Life Well Lived. Move over, Elden Ring, there's a new game of the year, baby! Summer winds up fighting off these goons with a stolen rifle, a la the submachine gun in Die Hard, but her roof jump is sadly more of a tackle and fall off the balcony. Later on, we see Summer in front of a superhero-themed vending machine. She pops two adamantium claws from her hand like X-23, and inside the machine, you can see Thor's hammer Mjolnir, what appears to be a version of Cyclops' ruby visor, Magneto's helmet but in green for some reason, and a few other items that we can't quite make out. Now, Summer isn't the only one getting upgrades this season. Rick goes full Dr. Octopus with a series of robotic arms holding a variety of weapons, including a chain whip, a broken sword, an energy weapon, a broken bottle, a mysterious crystal, and a voodoo doll. The power of voodoo in the palm of my hands. Jerry looks on in abject terror as, much to his chagrin, Rick uses him like a human shield to escape 2 armed guards and clamber into a vent. So maybe this is also a Die Hard scenario, considering the use of vents. But also, look at the guards. They're wearing earpieces. This could perhaps be another episode involving everybody's favorite, the president.
That's right, murmur.
That would make this more of a White House Down scenario if we're being accurate, or Olympus Has Fallen if you want to be really pedantic about it. They're both Die Hard ripoffs. Although, with that said, fortunately for Jerry, they're probably more like stormtroopers given their absolutely wretched aim. They cannot hit this guy to save their life. Now, the bigger question here is, where did Rick get these sweet new robotic arm upgrades? Well, if he didn't invent them himself, it seems like he may have stolen them from the same robotic facility we see in deep space. We see Rick and Morty on a mission to this facility that Morty describes as an obvious trap. Rick shoots blasts from 2 crystals on his palms before ripping off his arms entirely and ditching them for a pair of robotic ones with laser whips to battle a giant tentacled robot. Later on, Rick and Morty hunker down around their ship while Rick activates a crystalline barrier to protect them from even more angry robots. There's a lot of bot stuff this season. And last but not least, we get the return of the Smith family's nosy neighbor, Gene, who is voiced by SpongeBob himself, Tom Kenny.
Is someone talking to me?
Now, instead of being propositioned by Rick's garage for sexual favors, this time he's asking inane questions about the family's car troubles after Morty accidentally triggers a trap that blows up Rick's ship.
Having a bit of trouble with your car, Sanchez?
Not now, Gene!
Now, based on what we've seen in this trailer, it sounds like car troubles will be the least of the Smith family's problems, especially if Wormageddon winds up playing an actual role in the upcoming season instead of being a big old red herring.
Whoops. Morty, you might want to freeze some sperm.
Anyway, folks, there you have it. That's everything we spotted in the new Rick and Morty Season 6 trailer. The season premieres on Adult Swim on September 4th, and we'll keep you up to date on all things Rick and Morty in the meantime over on Nerdist. For now, though, tell us, what did you think of this trailer? What do you want to see from the upcoming season? And what thing do you think that Rick actually let into the house?
Hey, Rick! Squanchy party, bro!
Oh, squanchy!
Let us know in the comments below, and for the latest and greatest in the world of pop culture, make sure you stay tuned to Nerdist.com.